This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show, and I'm backstage at the 2013 Warped Tour with New Beat Fun.
I'm Button.
I'm Silky.
I'm Bernie Baker, the hitmaker.
Snaps.
We call it G-Punk.
Okay, and then why is that? Are you guys gangsters? OG gangsters?
OG.
We're fans of West Coast hip hop.
Yeah.
The good shit, the old school shit. Dre, Snoop. But we also grew up on punk rock.
So you guys are melding the two sounds together.
Melding them together. And it's called G-Punk.
Melding all sorts of groovy shit together, man.
What is the subject matter of your music? What do you guys have a theme lyrically?
Well,
yeah,
that'd be this guy.
Well, lyrically, you know, it depends on, you know, what mood is being brought to the forefront. But we like to comment on pop culture quite a bit. You have to check out our songs for that. We like to make some commentary on, you know, the social aspects of things as well as talk about love. So we cover all the bases. So there's something beautiful to find in all bits and aspects of our music.
Are you happy with your music?
We couldn't be more happy with our music. We're just stoked. We're stoked to be here. We're stoked to be a band. I'm stoked to play music with these fuckers every day.
Do you guys write the songs together, or is there one man?
Write, produce, record all songs all ourselves. Everything is by ourselves.
Our EP, which is out now, we just dropped. It's called Coins, which we 100% wrote, produced, everything ourselves, mixed in our fucking bedroom. So dig that shit.
Tell me about that feeling that you guys get when you're together working on songs.
Yeah, I mean, every time we get in a room together and start playing, it's something that's really, really specific and something that can't be like created by other songwriters or producers or anything like that. So we just would rather just do everything on our own and keep that magic that happens and see if people like it, and they've been digging it so far. Yeah, so we're stoked.
It requires a level of intimacy and trust.
Yes.
You know?
And we trust
We
each
hear
other.
our four compadres, four amigos, and four brothers.
Wait, you guys trust me?
Adios, mio.
Actually, this fool gets a little gnarly sometimes.
Well, that's what it's all about at this point. It's all about having like energy.
Yep.
And transferring that energy into your music so other people vibe off it.
100% believe in that shit, man. That's what's up. We feel like you can't lie to people these days. You know, the music's so accessible. It's everywhere. Kids can they can feel like something raw and pure through their speakers. So that's what matters, man. That's what's the shit.
And I will say, people are hearing the honesty in our music and loving it, and it's amazing.
I was going to ask you, how did you guys get to the point where you were able to be approached by Red Bull Records for them to sign you?
We worked our asses off.
Tell me about the journey.
The journey to Red Bull. Oh, well, it involves wings at some point, right? Well, let's just say we're from these parts, LA County kids, and Kat Corbett, we sent her our demo, and she started, you know, spinning us a bit on Locals Only. So on K-Rock, yeah. Which shout out to Kat, she played us today.
Yeah, she actually spun us today.
Yeah, Kat's
K-Rock song of the day.
Song of the day.
Nice.
So basically from there, which was about a year ago, we started like getting people like hitting us up on email, and we're like, shit, we need like some business team to help us out. So yeah, things started forming. Our agent introduced us to our A&R dude, Tick Dragon, dope as hell. And he was our A&R dude, totally got it. He worked with like Beastie Boys and
Wiz
Khalifa at the Drive-In, Grand Royale Records with Mike D. And yeah, so he brought us in, and it's a perfect matchup. So we felt the vibes were right, and we went for it.
Tell me, name a couple songs on this record that you really love.
Scare Me would be the one that everyone loves, first and foremost.
What is that song about?
Quite simply, shit that frightens us.
Yeah, like pop culture things that are happening in the world that are just ridiculous.
Are those just pop culture things, or are there actually political things that are going on that are kind of scaring the crap out of you?
There are a few references to something political, things, you know, current state of affairs within the world, and also things that happen to us personally. You know, if you listen to the lyrics, I'm pretty sure you'll hear personal.
We don't want to give too much away. You gotta check that out.
Check it out.
Some hip-hop artists, and punk rock especially, rebel against the system and are very honest about what they believe about the system. Do you feel that you're being honest about what you believe and what's wrong in the system right now?
I think 100%. I think what you just said basically sums up what Scare Me is about.
Yeah.
Which is why, again, you should check it out.
Yeah, and also, like, aside from being honest about what we feel about it, we try not to think about it too much because it just freaks us out, and we'd rather just play music.
Really scares us.
Yeah, it really
At the
scares
end of the
us.
day, sometimes we'll portray a serious subject matter in like a fun way, you know, make a crack at it as a comedian would. So, yeah.
Well, I think that's what's cathartic about writing songs about things you're scared about is you're taking that thing, putting it aside, putting it into a song, and getting on with your life, right?
Exactly.
And we also know that we're not the only people that feel that way. So the people that really like vibe with our music, we are like instant friends. You know what I mean?
How in love are people with your music out on this Fans Warped Tour? Tell me about your experiences.
It's I think when people hear us, they feel refreshed and they want to dance. That's what I'm thinking.
It's good. It's good to make people dance.
Yeah, it's like we're definitely not. We don't necessarily fit into the like pop punk world, but when people see us, it takes them a second to be like, "What is this?" And then they're like, "Okay, cool. This is fucking great. Let's do it."
Yeah, I think most of all we're like surprising a lot of kids. Like, you know, we're playing a lot of like grooves and like halftime funky stuff. So it's kind of a lot different than what's going on around here. So like kids are kind of caught off guard, but like they can't help but shake their butt around us. So that's kind of what ends up happening.
How influenced were you by the Beastie Boys? How big of an influence were they?
I would say BC, Chili Peppers, Sublime. I mean, there's so many influences. We just love music, and what you're hearing is a combination of all of our likes, all the shit that influenced us and that's influenced the world and culture, and we're just having fun with it.
Who's playing bass?
It's that guy.
Okay, what kind of bass are you playing?
I'm playing it's called a slammer.
Is that the name of the company?
Yeah, it's first bass I ever bought.
It's
a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He probably bought
It's
it for,
awesome.
I was there when he bought it, and he probably bought it for like
Yeah, I
maybe
bought it.
$100.
I bought it when I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
And it sounds,
Seriously?
Yeah,
And you're still banging that thing?
sounds killer. It sounds awesome.
Really? What kind of strings are you using?
The ones that have been on there for a while.
You're kidding me. You're using dead strings? Thum, thum, thum,
Yeah, exactly.
thum, thum, thum.
It's punk rock, man.
I mean, it works in this kind of venue, especially if you're doing like a rap, hip hop, punk thing. It's gonna work like that because hip hop has that zoom, zoom, that low bass.
I'm not really that into very bright tones, and I like a lot of low end and some bulk. We get funky, so people gotta get something to get funky too.
Fill that low end up, you know?
That amazes me though. So no bass roadie for you, just to set up your gear, maybe.
I throw a couple of effects in the mix just to trip it out.
What effects do you use?
I'm using like a phaser, distortion. I use an auto, like an envelope filter.
Hey, you plugged into that mermaid the other day too.
Yeah, I also,
she was putting out good sounds.
She did, man.
Yeah.
She put out really good
Yeah.
sounds.
Damn.
I'm like picking up what you're putting down with that bass.
Plug it into a bag of weed sometimes.
Yeah.
That sounds
that
like.
makes the best music. It's a
Yeah.
little smoky,
Is it
but
medical marijuana that you're plugging it into?
He has a bad
I'm
back.
gonna say no. It's 100% recreational.
And then what do you play?
I play guitar.
And then what kind of guitar are you playing?
I use a Strat.
Fender?
I use a Nash Strat.
A Nash.
He's lefty.
I'm a left-handed. It's the Kurt Cobain thing. I'm like left-handed. For whatever
Blonde,
reason,
going
I'm
blonde.
blonde.
Guitars for a lefty is like.
Yeah, it's tough.
man.
It's
Yeah.
tough. It's a tough world out there for me. I'm making do though.
Well, Hendrix played left-handed, but he turned his upside down.
He did all sorts of things. There's different ways. Some lefties play it upside down. Some lefties play it straight up. I go straight up with a left-handed guitar.
Are you into shredders? Do you
Shredders.
shred, or are you just into rhythm mainly?
At this point, I think all of us have stopped, really trying to be amazing and just really just playing together. I think that's where we're at.
Yeah. We throw technicality out the window, I would say.
We exchange technicality for soul and emotion.
Okay, so wait, let's break this down real quick. New beat, but fun.
Yeah, like we just
Money.
We just want to make new beats. So
but
put some
money.
coins into our piggy bank.
Okay, so you're saying give us money
Give us some coins,
and we'll make you music.
make you
Exactly.
It's the internet tip jar, if you will.
Yeah.
We're the cyber street performer, We're just sitting there. It all started in a very organic way, so it was as it should be to our fans. We're like, if you guys support us, we'll support you with more loving making music. So.
I think there's nothing better than the name of a band that includes the money sign.
Exactly.
So you guys are doing well. All right, New Beat Fun, you guys rock. Thank you so much for being on the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show.
Thank you, dude.
Blairing Out with Eric Blair with New Beat Fun at the 2013 Warped Tour. Signing off.
The Blairing Out show.